Welcome to MD Stetson's Catch the Training video series. Today's training program focuses on floor care, proper procedures for stripping and refinishing floors. In order to properly strip and refinish a floor, the following equipment and supplies are recommended. A Stetson brand stripper, a Stetson brand floor finish, some of our specialty floor care products, caution safety cone or sign, dust mop, a scraper or putty knife, dustpan and brush, baseboard and edge scrubber, a wet mop and bucket, a floor machine with stripping pad, wet dry vac with squeegee attachment if possible, an auto scrubber with stripping pad, a string mop for applying finish, finish applicator and bucket, a backpack finish application system, recommended personal protection equipment such as safety gloves, safety glasses or goggles, and slip-resistant shoes or shoe covers. Clear the area to be refinished and remove any rugs or matting. Sweep or dust mop the floor and pick up any dust or debris with dustpan and brush. Remove any stuck-on debris or gum with a scraper or putty knife. Begin by stripping baseboards, corners, and edges first before stripping the main areas. Apply a buildup remover such as thick strip. Allow for the recommended dwell time, and then scrub the edges and baseboards with a scrubber. Mix one of our quality Stetson strippers into a mop bucket according to dilution specifications. Working with a manageable area, apply stripping solution liberally to the floor, starting with the edges of the perimeter and then filling in the rest of the area. Your work area should be small enough to prevent the solution from drying on the floor. As you continue the stripper application, make sure to refill your mop with solution so all surfaces are well coated. Please note that we do not recommend applying stripper through an automatic scrubber. Equip your floor machine or auto scrubber with a black strip pad. We recommend, for best results, use a 3M high productivity stripping pad. Once the stripper has remained on the floor for the recommended dwell time, usually 10 to 15 minutes, and the old finish has softened, scrub the floor with your floor machine or auto scrubber. Again, work within a manageable area, scrubbing from side to side, then up and down. If using an auto scrubber for this step, make sure that only the pad drive is engaged with the vacuum off. As with the floor machine, scrub the work area in both directions, going one way for the first pass and the other for the second. Once the floor has been stripped, use your auto scrubber with the vacuum on to pick up the solution from the floor. Make sure to overlap your path to ensure all slurry has been removed. Go back over any areas you may have missed. Use a handheld squeegee to pull the remaining slurry away from the corners and edges to an area that is easier to reach with an auto scrubber or wet vac. Vacuum with your auto scrubber until there is no stripping solution left on the floor. If an auto scrubber is not available, use a wet vac, preferably with a front mount squeegee attachment. Again, make sure to overlap your vacuum path to remove all slurry before it dries. If there is any slurry residue in the corners, use your handheld squeegee to pull away and then vacuum up. Once all stripper residue has been removed, check your floor to make sure there were no areas missed or with a heavy buildup of finish. If so, repeat the stripper application, scrubbing, and removal for these areas until you are certain there is no finish left on the floor. Prior to applying floor finish, we recommend using Winter Clean as a fail-safe rinse to eliminate streaking during finish application. Winter Clean is a highly concentrated neutral cleaner which also neutralizes harmful alkali stripper residue that can cause floor finish to fail. During the winter months, Winter Clean will clean unsightly and damaging de-icing residues from floor surfaces. Rinse the floor starting along the edge and working towards the middle. When all areas have been rinsed, give a final rinse with Winter Clean and allow floor to fully dry. Now you are ready to apply 4 to 6 medium coats of floor finish. MD Stetson carries a wide variety of finishes. For this demonstration, we are using Universal, one of our green certified finishes. Check with your sales consultant for recommendations on which floor finish is right for you. When applying floor finish with a string mop, add your finish to a mop bucket lined with a plastic trash liner. Soak your mop in the finish and gently wring out the excess. Working with a manageable area furthest from your exit, apply finish starting at the edge and moving towards the middle using a figure 8 motion. Keep a wet edge and adequate finish on your mop. Repeat the process as necessary until the floor is coated. An optional method of applying floor finish includes using a flat mop applicator and bucket. The process is the same, starting in a section furthest from the exit and along the edge. Again, keep a wet edge and adequate finish on your mop. A third method of applying floor finish utilizes a backpack finish application system. This will allow for quicker application as the trigger on the mop handle will dispense finish from the backpack as needed, with no returning to a bucket to reload the mop. It also prevents any waste as the solution is contained inside a closed system and can be stored after use. Whichever method of application you choose, make sure to wait the proper length of time between coats for the conditions under which you are applying finish. A typical dry time under ideal conditions is 30 minutes per coat. Remember, the more humid the air, the longer between coats. Here are a few tips and techniques to ensure you get the best results when stripping and refinishing floors. Use cold water when mixing stripper. Do not allow the stripping solution to dry on the floor. If you find the solution drying in several areas, Reapply the solution and reduce the size of your work area. Apply enough stripping solution so the area will remain wet for the recommended dwell time, usually 10 to 15 minutes. In areas with heavy finish buildup, typically along the edges and corners, you may need to reapply stripper and scrape by hand to remove all layers of finish. Apply finish in even, medium coats and always use a clean mop. Wait the recommended length of time between coats for the conditions under which you are applying finish. A typical dry time under ideal conditions is 30 minutes per coat. Remember, the more humid the air, the longer between coats. This doesn't just apply to the weather. Locations in and around kitchens and bath shower rooms tend to have more humid air than those further away from those areas. Avoid putting finish down on cold floors. Consult the Stetson Floor Finish Troubleshooting Guide for more information.